Hey guys, if you have a Mazda CX5 and it leaks coolant, I'm going to show you one of the biggest issues that these cars have that ultimately leads to head gasket failure, and it's all because of this plastic pipe here, which is called the Coolant Bypass Pipe. Now this is the old one that was in the car and that Mazda produced, and this is the new one. As you can see, it's metal now and they've switched it over, but ultimately this fails and it starts to leak. I think from the top cover here, it is plastic, so it's not really durable anyways, but to switch it over, it is like, I would say it's pretty big job. It's just a lot of things have to come out and a lot of things have to go back in, and you're working with a tight space. So where this actually sits is right in there. I've moved the manifold a bit, but where this pipe is right here is where that coolant bypass pipe connects to, and then there's two bolts that connect to the engine, and then the other two pipes connect that way. But it is a very tight spot. For me to move this manifold out of the way, I had to kind of force it out without breaking anything or ripping any of the wires out, but this is as far as it goes out. Otherwise, there is a boost pipe that connects to it, and you can remove the whole thing out, but to be honest, I'm not bothered doing that. So I'm just trying to fit my hand in and change it over, which is working out so far, so that's good. But this is one of the major issues that these cars have. So even if you do have a Mazda with one of these on your car and it isn't leaking, one day it will, so you're better off changing that into a metal one. I believe Mazda only sells the metal ones now. They don't sell these because this was a failure. But this is one of the two bolts that go inside. One of them is good access, the other one sits right behind this manifold, and it's very tight, and that's why you have to remove the manifold to get to it. And if you are going to change it yourself, you do have to take your own time, right? You can't rush it, and you want to use one of these, because these sit nicely flush with the bolt. And the last thing that you want to do is really thread these bolts, because if you do that, well, you might as well just burn your car, because you won't be able to fix that at all. Right, so it sits nice and flush, and you just want to be very careful while cracking it and taking it off so you don't thread it. But yeah, once you get to it, you can switch it over with a metal one and put everything back together. Make sure everything does go back together, do not forget anything, and put some coolant in, and that will be good to go. But this is one of the major issues that these cars have when it comes to coolant leaking problems. And I'm not sure where any of you guys are from, but you will always see these cars on the market and they always have a head gasket problem with these engines. And one of the main reasons is that small piece right there, because really it's hard to tell when these start leaking. Luckily I caught onto it very early, and when it does start leaking, it leaks onto your starter motor over there. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but it just starts dripping very slowly, and by the end of it, like if you go for a long trip, it's all over, you know, the engine will cook itself. So yeah, regarding the pricing on it, those are bypass pipes. I picked it up from Mazda just under $200 Australian dollars, and I did get a quote from Mazda to do labor on this. It's about $1,200 with the pipe and the labor as well, with the coolant flush, altogether around $200. But that's not like, it's just minimum. It's not like it was 100% quote. So yeah, I'm just doing it on my own. So far it just cost me $200 for that pipe, and I'm just going to do the labor side by myself, and then we'll see how we go. Thanks for watching.